So the LGB refers to the sexual identities, lesbian, gay, and bisexual. T refers to the gender identity. Q can refer to either sexual orientation and or gender identity. So these are like, of course, in among people from lower socioeconomic status and lower middle socioeconomic status, the identities may be a little bit different. For example, same-sex attracted males from the lower socioeconomic class may identify as, if they are feminine and receptive, having receptive role, then they may identify as Koti, and they may call the masculine and insertive partner as Panti, and they sometimes like label uh, the persons who insert and receive as double decker. So I'm talking from the point of what is in the public health called men who have sex with men. So the gay and bisexual identities are more common relatively among middle class and upper class socioeconomic status men who have sex with men. Uh, in relation to the transgender identities, I think transgender, by this time everybody will know who are transgender people. So transgender people are those whose experienced gender is different from the gender they were assigned at birth. So that is a broader definition for transgender people. Again, broadly, we can classify transgender identities in terms of whether it is binary or non-binary. For example, if somebody is biologically born as male, but the person's sense of identity is women, then we call that person as a transgender woman. If somebody who is born biologically as female, but the gender identity is man, we call that person as transgender man. But again, these are in terms of binary, right? Men and women. So some nowadays, like there are also people who may not identify in terms of binary as a trans woman or trans man. They may want to be referred as, for example, they may self-identify as trans masculine person or trans feminine person. Some people may identify as gender queer. Some people may not want to be associated with any gender at all. So they may call themselves as agender people. So I have heard that even in Australia, they have even got a legal gender certificate as agender. So it is gender certificate, but it is no gender. So the idea is like people have such a diversity in terms of the gender identity. So we should not be only thinking in terms of the binary. So in relation to the indigenous identities, so these are some of the indigenous trans women identities. Of course, I'm using the term trans women as a label here, not as an identity. So many of you know about the term hijras or kinnas, which are commonly used in North India. In Tamil Nadu, where I am from, the common term is Tirunangai. Formerly, the term Aravani was used nowadays, but Tirunangai is used. In Andhra Pradesh, Sivasakti, and in some areas in South India, you can also hear the term Mangal Mugi. And in Manipur, there is an identity called Nupi Manbi, which is equivalent to the trans women identity. Again, transgender men or trans masculine persons are increasingly becoming visible. So some of the indigenous trans masculine identities, for example, from Tamil Nadu is Tirunambi, and in Manipur it is called Nupi Manba. Okay, so that is basically providing an introduction about the various identities, LGBTQ, and we also looked at the indigenous identities.